Hello and welcome to another edition of EntheoRadio. We talk about shamanism, psychedelics, and altered states for healing. This is your captain speaking, Captain Hugh T. Alchemy, also known as Travar. I'm here with a very special guest today, Renato Guerrero. Welcome to the show, Renato.
Oh, thank you so much for reminding me. My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to read your bio and introduce you. Renato, he was born in Chile and he is passionate about the mysteries of life. As a child, he had a great connection to the subtle world, and in his youth, he began to enter into holistic practices. This motivated his pilgrimage to sacred places around the world, creating connection with indigenous communities and the guardians of these visited places. Today, Renato supports the empowerment of human beings and the recovery of self-mastery in these classes, circles, and ceremonies and initiatory trips. His purpose is to help the preparation and the liberation of the new conscious human beings on this planet. Welcome. That's bienvenidos. Where are you today?
I'm really good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm here
Where are you?
in Mexico,
You're in Mexico right now.
in
Because you're
Puebla.
always traveling. You're always traveling.
Yeah, yeah. I spent some times in several places, like the bio say, uh, like Peru, Mexico, London, England. Secret places. And right now is the time for Mexico again. So it's just like I spend many time here. It's like my family, like my second home, like that. So I feel really, really nice to be here. I'm right. We are close, really close now to
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, I'm in Mexico Norte, Baja California Norte, basically Baja California, Southern California.
Yeah, that is an amazing place. I spent time there too. Also, I have a retreat now close in April in Baja California and La Paz. Yeah, it's
Nice.
a really powerful place. Yes,
Let's
it
let's
is.
let's start with that. So you have a retreat here in California, and I think a lot of my listeners of EntheoRadio are in the States. There's a few people in Europe and some people in Canada, not a ton in Mexico, and very few in South America. So tell us about what's going on with your trips, your tours, your retreats, and to these sacred places, and then maybe the shamanic practices that take place. I know that's a mouthful.
Yeah, thank you so much. So what happened? Right now, we live at really big change and situations in Chile. That's why a lot of my agenda changed too. So I don't. In the beginning, I really don't thinking to be here in Mexico. Just happened, the big mystery, the big spirit put me here, and so I need to redo everything again. Right now, I have a couple of retreats in California that's really new. I don't have exactly dates, so I can give you later if you want, if something is interesting in that. In March, I will be, I will give a Wachuma ceremony, cacao and ayahuasca, close to Yosha Tree. It's an amazing place, really powerful place. Um, it's gonna be my second time over there. It is gonna be in March. I don't have really exact dates. I'm sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
Really, everything is so you know full of movement right now. I try to adapt to all this, and I'm really open, to flow in this energy comes through me. I know I'm not the only one over here, with all these big challenges and all these big movements. So yeah, let's be open to receive all this. I traveled around the world for many, many, many long time ago. My base the first time is Santiago de Chile, is the capital in Chile. So I moved myself when I'm really young to the south of Chile and the north of Chile. I spent 2 years in Atacama Desert. It's a really powerful place over there. Um, I don't know if you guys use listen about the solar disk and the solar discs. I can explain you a little bit, guys.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
okay? Yeah,
Go ahead,
okay.
tell us.
The solar discs, they are and a cosmic information, and this information exists in a kind of um, disk, like gold, and contain a lot of information, not just cosmic, also from our ancestors in Lemuria and Atlantis, etc. And all that is carried by the Pleiadians and other cultures, cosmic cultures. You can see that in the Toltec and the Mayan, calendar, for example,
Yeah.
and also in Cusco too, for example, with the in the solar disk in Cusco in Peru,
Huh.
and plenty of that disk exists in all American and many places in the world, and that help to contain and sustain the energy. To really connect all places in the best way, because exists in in powerful places like around Machu Picchu, around the pyramids in Chichen Itza, etc. Um,
Is this the same disc that they show in Egyptian hieroglyphics, an Egyptian in Egypt
yes,
with
yes,
the
it's the
wings
same line of.
on the end of the disc?
Yes, but it's represented with another kind of, message, but going straight to the same place,
Huh.
But it's similar. It's similar, but because these kind of cultures for a long time ago, they don't talk about God, you know. This, I also they don't represent the sun like a god. They're talk about more like a kind of divinity, they give some offers. So that's why many cultures around the world, they have this kind of connection between the sun and also in between with the moon too, and represented by the silver disk that is represented the feminine, and the solar disk represent the masculine. Uh, this disk help also to in the equilibrium and the balance in between the north and south, and all this energy in between, the planet, and the gravity also too, and help to connect the crystal grid, the energy grid around the world, with all these connected all the energetic points around the world, and that can contain the energy in the best way, basically. And so that's happened before, the Atlantic and Lemurian, fall. Because this is a long history, and we can talk about it any moment about that. But
Hmm.
in, it's like a necessary energy on the necessary technology, basically, to contain the energy after the chaos happened with all these war, and all the situation and all these fall before Lemurian after Atlantis. So thanks for this technology and all the gravity and all this can exist in somehow some way today, in some delicate and subtle line, and yeah, this is like a kind of information I can give you. It's a long history. We can talk about for
So,
hours about this.
yeah, so are you talking about the wars of gods and men like Zachariah Sitchin's books?
And something about that, because what happened, um, before Pangea, like in that kind of age, we are living here, and we have connection in between with another cultures, with another kind of colors, with four directions and all that, and representing, in many different like species, of people, of humankind, you know humanoids, something like that. Not really physically for the, level of dimension we're living in that time, but just we can imagine it, in that moment, we are not in the third G, so we are not in the really physical way on the physical body. we in that times we are able, to really be almost in between in the physical and etherical bodies, like a kind of plasma, or some,
Okay.
or in between the ether, and you understand. So what happened, is supposedly, cosmic beings they're coming in peace, and I want to be short about this because it's long. Um,
Sure.
in some
It's
in some
interesting though.
in some time, in some moment in the history of Gaia, or whatever you want to call, um, we live a fall of the energetic situation over here, so we fall a little bit in the dimension we live. And what happened that because the fear coming, we don't know about fear, we don't know about anger, or we don't know about nothing about that. So we live in peace. We share technologies, we share many things. So before that, something happened. Cosmic beings appear here, you know, and with kind of mask. I want to talk about that. And don't really represent the beings they are, like wolves. In the like sheep's bodies, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
In
yes,
costume as a part of the flock.
exactly, incarnated, in these beings, but they're don't really come with, with the best purpose over here. They say, we come from war, we need your help, guys. Can you please give us, can you please open the space for us to, we can give you technology, we can give you knowledge, we can blah blah blah, all these like politicians today. Sorry about that, I don't want to involve, but
Right, right. No, I understand. It's a galactic politic.
exactly, something like that. And that energy comes from another universe, and is spent long years, long time, stars from stars, a constellation by constellation, to Andromeda, to Orion, to Pleiades, blah 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 blah. I'm coming to here. Um, and in the moment they arrive, the first in the beginning, the Atlantis, they really feel something weird over there. The golden concilium, all these golden elders, um, in the golden school, they really say, I don't think so. These really smell weird, they smell funny. In Lemuria, say, why not? Is we can share, and we can have a community with these people, and blah blah blah. And
Oh,
little by little, they start to come, and they're coming with a really good purpose. But what happened?
espérate, hold on.
Yeah,
So what I'm hearing is some beings came from across the universe to visit
yeah,
Atlantis and Lemuria.
yeah.
Okay.
To visit the planet, basically.
Yeah, during the time that was like maybe Pangea or the continents were in a different position.
Yes, before Atlantis and Lemuria, they is like the beginning of Atlantis and Lemuria,
Okay. All right.
because exists another cultures before Atlantis and Lemuria.
This is a really long story and it's a big story and I'm interested.
Yes, it's
You
a really
better
long
find a way for
history.
our listeners to tie it back to shamanistic uh, practice. I would love to hear how this ties into shamanism at some point, but continue. Keep going where you were at.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry. Yeah, because it's connected. It's absolutely connected.
Yes. It is.
Because
I think it is.
in between, just I want to continue with the history, but in between, because the shamanism today is all that ancestral memories we sometimes we forgot in a moment. So thanks for the sacred medicines. Thanks for the praise. Thanks for the practices and many things like that. We can remember a little tiny bit, of everything, about that history. And so that is in between. So it's absolutely connected.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, for example, is one of the biggest shamans in the world, and another more. So it's a long, long, long history about the shamanism, but it's connected. So what happened over there? Um, these beings come and they share knowledge, they share information to us. They give us, yes, many tools, to also ways to create, ways to um, being able to use the DNA and things like that, to create life basically. So it's like, and we really we have another ways, another forms to create life. Um,
You're talking
and also,
genetic engineering technologies,
yes,
hybridization. Yeah.
yes, and in between two. So sometimes if we read something or whatever, and if we have some kind of information, we sometimes we follow the Anunnakis or all that things, but we need to really be like here, we really need to take responsibilities also too, because it's not like, okay, you are free of whatever, and right now these guys are the enemies and we are, like the superheroes, and that's not true. We need to recover our ancestral memory. We need to see what is where really where purpose of it here, what we do on that time, because we are really not fully peaceful there, maybe we are super peaceful in this life, in this timeline or whatever, but in another ones we have a lot of things, to understand and take responsibility about the things we do too,
Mm-hmm.
and because the fall of Lemuria, the fall of Atlantis and another cultures too, is world responsibilities, and that give us a tool to really be a really good human being, and in a really consciousness way, and more mature, women or men, not like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, stop to be that boys or that, no, come on, let's check the responsibility of all these. Let's see all everything like a big, massive plan, and this big, massive plan don't come from just from this universe, If we believe in just one God from and one universe and one cell, yes, it's minimum. But if we believe, if you saw, for example, the flower of life,
Oh, I
if you
see. I see.
saw the Metatron cube, or you can see plenty of that circles, and they are all, if you're thinking about that, they're all universe, they're all connected, they're all different worlds, they're all different gods, they're all different creators.
Yes.
So that is a big plan, it's a massive big plan. So we can say, oh no, my God, the fall of Lemuria, oh my God, I want to cry, the fall of blah 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 or whatever, the Lakotas or the Mapuches in the south, or, it's still here because like the macro, micro, micro, macro, it's like that.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I see that, and I've experienced that, and I think some of our listeners through psychedelic shamanism and entheogens have experienced these things,
Yeah,
but not everyone believes it. There's a lot
it's
of you know
yeah,
skepticism.
it's not easy. Sorry for the interruption. It's really not easy because we have so much programs. We
Mm-hmm.
are full of programs, and that's coming live after live after live after live, generation by generation by generation by generation, and it's not where father mother falls or grandmother mother falls. No, no, no. It's just is opportunity for me. Is the big opportunity to really being able to empower yourself, take responsibilities, understand who you are, why you are here, and really, what, whatever happened in my past is my past. I can't do nothing about that. The only thing I can do is be consciousness. I can study that. Okay, this happened. This happened to me. This happened to many ones around me. And okay, so what is the way right now to don't repeat again the same? It's just that, and be better. So whatever happened in my past, or whatever is going to happen in my futures, doesn't matter. I'm here talking to you guys. So dependence of the thing we do now in this conversation can happen a lot of things, and maybe this conversation can be listened for thousands of people, but I don't know, maybe just 2 or 3 cannot really fully understand now. Maybe tomorrow another 3 more, maybe in a year another 100 more. But
Yes.
we never know. So I'm really totally open about the way the people also take that they take the message, take the responsibility, and in the way the people won't evolve. I'm not anyone to say, what, you need to evolve in this way, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's a free will, and in that free will, the only thing we need to do is be open. We really be really open about the things we do, the thing we saw, the thing we receive, and don't take everything like they're totally true. That is the most important thing.
Yes. Yes. Oh, so let's touch on that. And you don't take everything in waking life. And you're talking about like the tonal, the reality that we're working in, this Maya, this illusory reality. Don't take that samsara, if you will,
Yeah.
as like worth believing in and worth as truth.
Yes, exactly.
Test it.
For example, I don't know, your truth is not my truth. You right now, you live in your own reality. I live in my own reality, but your reality is absolutely perfect because it's your own universe, and you're the creator of your own universe, and that is absolutely perfect and beautiful. I am the creator of my own universe, and that is the thing we talk about for so many generations. We are one. Yes, we are like cells in a big body. The big body right now is the Mother Earth. This is the big body for us, and inside us we have a universe. We have our central sun. We have this creator mind over here too. When we are there connected, they are amazing. They are powerful.
Yes.
And when we have all our channels connected, oh my God, we can create a beautiful magic. But that is depend of you, depend of me, depend of everyone. And if we really we are connected, we can really create our own realities. But the difference between is I can be consciousness about my reality, no sleeping in my reality. that is a big step. So yeah, that is the trick over there, because this is a big game. It's a beautiful and magical game, but we need to learn the way to play. If we don't know the way to play, what happens? We fall and fall and fall and fall. We never take the magical number. So whole time lost, whatever. So we really lost? No, we really wasn't lost. We never lost. If we're thinking we lost, yes, of course, we need to repeat again and again and again. But you think, oh my God, this is I take my experience, over here, so I got it. Somehow, some way, a little bit, I got it. And that spark, can bring another piece of your soul, another piece, of yourself, to be really complete. And later, and as time by time, you can be your own one. Because if we're thinking in multidimensional spaces, we need to think about that and feel about that. We are also multidimensional beings. So the first thing we need to do is integrate ourselves, not all the planet and all the people, because we are different.
Yes.
We need to integrate ourselves in all these multidimensional spaces, understand ourselves, and really where inner child, where shadows, where light, where many plenty of things, where higher self, cosmic being, and etc.
Mm-hmm.
And need to be one consciousness incarnated in this beautiful body. So that is it's almost like the Buddha, in that kind of ascension, like
Buddha, yeah.
Jesus, and then it's like a magical moment, like boom, and that magical moment is possible. Some people talk about, when supposedly in between Jesus go to India, he tried opium,
Okay.
also marijuana.
Okay.
So he activated that pineal gland, you know, and he said, "Oh my God, that is amazing." So he come back with this scenes, and
Yes.
say, look at that, guys, I got it, a tiny bit, I got it. So I going to do my diet in the desert, you know. So he go to and that is the metaphorism about the devil and Jesus, and the devil talk about that is really not Satan or something like that.
Yeah,
They are
tempting. Yeah.
their own demons, their own creations, their own structures and their own limitations and blah blah blah, egos or whatever, and he that time, there's thanks for that kind of medicine and meditation. They say, oh my God, I have these beautiful tools, so let's use it to integrate these words, to integrate myself. And finally, he got it, he do it, and boom, he jumped in, and that is like a kind of explanation, and to really be consciousness, about this my reality, or your own reality. Doesn't depend of just myself, depend of just of you, or depend of all people right now listening us, watching us. Is in absolutely, because in the time when we take the challenge about the free will, we need to be in charge of ourselves,
Yes.
and
Awake.
yes, absolutely. It's an individual awakening.
Hmm.
And I really need to be free. If you want to be free, come on,
Mm-hmm.
let's do it. Let's be open about all these beautiful tools. They are not poison or something like that. They're so magical, beings,
Yes.
cosmic beings incarnate, in plants, in mushrooms, in trees,
Oh,
in many things,
I
so
yes.
we're a beautiful, amazing team over here.
Yes. So let's talk about those tools, because La Medicina is really part of your practice. It's something that I have had conversation with you privately about, and I want to start with one. And you can correct me if I'm going in the wrong direction. I want to start with the rapé or the hape, the medicine that's
Uh-huh.
becoming more popular now. It's as a snuff, I believe, for a lot of people,
Yes.
and that's not regulated as far as I know here in the States.
Yes. So I can show you if you just give me 2 seconds.
Sure, you can share that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
Go
so
ahead.
much.
Yeah. If you're listening, this is EntheoRadio. You're here with Renato Guerrero and Hugh T. Alchemy. We're just about to watch Ronaldo demonstrate some rapé or hape. I'm not really sure which one he prefers to name it as. And if you're a podcast listener, great. Join us on YouTube to see the demonstration, because we're also on the EntheoRadio channel on YouTube. All right.
Okay,
Show,
guys, you ready?
yeah, show off what you got there.
Okay. The rapé is tobacco powder. That tobacco powder, the tobacco comes from the jungle and don't have any kind of chemical nocive process.
Mhm.
It's made by natives from the
Heirloom
jungle.
tobacco, not the cigarette tobacco. Heirloom tobacco.
Exactly. It's absolutely organic, 100% organic, made in the jungle, and not for any kind of industry or the cigarette or tobacco industry. Okay, so they made just to do the rapé, okay, the rapé. They don't made, to sell it for any kind of industry, and they prayed for many generations ago. So basically, I want to show you. This is a pot. You can see a crystal pot.
Yeah.
I have another one over here. They have a different colors. Can you see?
Yeah.
Because the colors change because they mix it. This rapé, this powder, they smash it and mash it and mash it and smash it. At the moment, they pray and pray and pray and pray and put intention, put the props and put many things over there and mix it with different ashes. And that ashes is prepared with different roots come from the jungle, and that different roots have a specific, things can help you for different things too. For
Mhm.
example, some rapes help you to clean your third eye, your crown chakras, and everything, at the top of your head. Another thing, more of your throat. Another thing, your heart, and your etc. So basically, the it's a powder, and that powder, I'm gonna show you. Um, I'm gonna put in my hand a little bit,
Sure.
guys. Look at this. So you put it in here. It's it's like a tobacco. Can you see?
It's a very fine powder. Yep.
Yeah, it's a really fine powder. So this is a pipe. This is a kuripi,
Could he be? Could he be?
and you put it like that, and you put it like that. So
I
that
just,
way,
yeah, I just had my first rapé experience a few months ago.
oh,
It's an interesting experience. Some people are really
yeah.
good with it. Some mixtures are spicier than others, and I think I got one that was very spicy.
Yeah, yes. So exist different kinds for different things. Um, the way to administrate this medicine is from your nose. So like that, from your and
Mm-hmm.
here and here. I
Okay.
can explain details, but I don't think it's necessary about that. I think it's better just live experience. In what kind of things the rapid can help? First, clean everything over here. Everything. Your throat, your nose, everything. Align your left and your right side.
Okay.
So that's help, to have more clarity in your mind because you can breathe in the same way, in your left and in your right side. So that's help to your brain to be in balance,
Yes.
when you do that already you are in a kind of in a kind of moment of comfort. Yeah. It's a little bit painful because for just 1 or 2 minutes, no more of that, and because yes, of course, it's something in your nose, it's tobacco, but take a little bit of time, to adapt it. It's not really a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And when you receive the medicine, it's really to calm your mind, to try to be a little bit in that silence in your mind. It's like to be a message to your brain,
Mm-hmm.
because have too much information, too much things to think about, too much things to do, too much things to organize, so many things like that. So really, so oh my God, I need a break. Really, I need a break. And in that moment, you just blow yourself, Rapé. Exists some kind of pipe to blow yourself too. You can blow yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, I administrate, general managers in companies or things like that, and they, say, "Oh wow, this is amazing! I have an amazing experience, so I want to put this in practice before my, my meetings." And they're really, they do, and they have, wow, such an amazing business. Thanks for just an example. Thanks for the clarity can give you, the medicine in your brain,
Yes.
in your mind. So because like it's like a realization. It's like you really release all that concentration of the stress, of tension and all that things. Also align your chakras. Is really good for the liver, and in the liver, is you can accumulate almost the 70% of all the sickness sick situations. And so it's really good to clean your stomach too. So it's have a multiple, a lot of benefits. This is a lot of benefits because the tobacco for the our ancestors in many cultures in the south, at the north, in the east, west, and basically this is the most ancestral medicine in the world. Before ayahuasca, before the wachuma, the peyote, the mushrooms, or whatever, is the most old medicine, the most ancestral medicine in a spiritual way. Um, Maybe because mushrooms come before for chemical compositions.
Okay.
Yes. But the tobacco about the spirit is more old. It's like an old ancient spirit, boom, incarnated in this sacred plant. You got it?
Yeah,
Yes,
I get it. Yeah.
yeah. That's why the tobacco exists in so many ceremonies around the world, and they use it, to really connect with the spirit world. That is one of the most important things. You connect with the spirit world, so you can also connect with your own spirit. You can talk with your own spirit if you really are indeed that alignment with yourself and in
Mhm.
that inner peace, in that yeah, in that center, space to be in
Yes.
calm, be peaceful, be in harmony, whatever happens around you. So yes, it's amazing too. It's an amazing um, partner. Yes, of course, it's a partner.
Right. Yeah. It's a relationship. It's one of the many.
Exactly. It's
And
a beautiful relationship. And sorry for the interruption. And that is something really important for the people to really understand. If you have the possibility to take some medicine, any kind of medicine, um, the first thing we need to is be really respectful about first ourselves. First, what we are going to receive. Second things, where come from that thing that we are going to receive. The next thing is if I going to receive from a shaman or a medicine man or woman or whatever, really be open and sensitive about the energy that medicine man or shaman carry. Why I want to talk about this because right now is plenty of people, just taking medicine and we need to be respectful about ourselves first because it's energy. And yes, beautiful things can happen, but if we don't have control about ourselves in an energetic way, bad things can happen, and really bad,
yeah.
and really seriously stuff. And another thing is be really in compromise with the spirit of the medicine we want to receive, because it's a being, have feelings, have love to give us, so
Yes.
we need to be respectful about that. That is the thing that i I want to express.
Yes. I mean, it's like going to a family reunion when we get together with the medicine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, brother,
I mean, there's a way
absolutely.
to behave. You don't get trashed at your family reunion.
Yeah.
Be respectful of the younger medicine spirits, the younger cousins and nieces and nephews, and you're also respectful of your elders and your uncles and aunties.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, that is the way.
So I know that you work more with other things besides, it sounds like you do a lot of work with divination and you look into the Akashic records and you look at things from a spiritual perspective, just based on the stories you were telling, and then you work with the snuffs, the shamanic snuffs, but you also work with, you mentioned Huachuma, the San Pedro ritual, and that's been
Yeah.
mentioned more on this season 2019 in EntheoRadio than any other substance. Well, second only to mushrooms, and then any other year. Like in the years past, we talked a lot about DMT. We talked a lot about ayahuasca. It seems like the year of cactus and mushrooms. So tell us about your experience with the magical cactus, and maybe you can segue
Yeah.
into some other medicine that you work with.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I want to talk about both, cactus, specific San Pedro, and mushrooms. So yes, everything have a timing, everything have a perfect moment, you know. Um, I feel right now people feel a call, you know, to receive more Wachuma, San Pedro, or mushrooms, or because we are really in a time to really uh, be more connected with the light, you know. And the cactus, the specific the Wachuma, the sacred geometry she have is in an espiral, in an ascended espiral to the sun. So it's a medicine really connect with the energy of the sun, with the light. Uh, I don't want to say, you know, the darkness is bad because I don't have that in my mind, you know. For me, the darkness, like the night, you know, is a beautiful and amazing, lovely energy, you know. Also, the light. The only thing over here is the way we use that, you know. That is the thing. This is really important to understand because it's like talk about negative or positive. Really, the negative is so necessary for the human beings and also for the energies in the planet. Because if we don't have negativity, we don't exist.
Right.
Simple like that.
It's the black and white balance, the yin yang.
Exactly. It's like a battery in my telephone or whatever. Need that battery need positive and negative to be charged, you know. If you don't have that, forget it. So we're channel, you know, we're body, we're energetic body in this dimension in the 3D. We need that. So that's why it's so important to recognize the darkness, the shadows, to recognize ourselves. So basically, these secret plans help us to recognize ourselves in the most lightning way, you know, in the most um, in most higher perspective. Because the San Pedro Guachuma is a medicine help us first to us, you know, to connect ourselves straight to the heart. And what happened for many generations ago, the humankind, you know, just put barriers in the heart, you know, and more and more and more and more barriers. So the only thing we saw over there is just fake darkness or fake light, you know, because we don't understand. We don't want to you know I love you, but over there, you know.
Right. Yeah. Fear.
So we are not really 100 totally percent open. So these plants help us for that. Specific the guachuma and the mushrooms because they are they give you you know a simple and softly way to open your channels in a such a beautiful way and lovely way to be connected with nature and understand your own nature. When you understand your own nature you can understand the nature outside. So you can understand your barriers, your limitations, your all that, your fears, and all that. So when you, oh my God, this is so simple. Why I don't, you know, solve that before? Yeah, that is kind of things happen with the Watu because she put you lessons, you know, in a such a beautiful way to really, oh my God, this is all time here. The creation is all time here. I'm part of the creation, you know. I'm part of all this sacred geometry. I'm part of all this divinity because I am that divinity too. And putting the way to really understand that. For many generations ago, this sacred plant is used in all the Andes, in Chile, in Argentina, in Colombia, in Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, basically. Um, and also when the Spanish people arrived um, to Peru, they drink guachuma. They drink Wachuma, and that's why they call it San Pedro.
Right. Yeah.
Because San Pedro, San Peter, is the one they have the keys of the heaven. So they say, "Oh my God, I am the heaven." So
Yes.
I have the key for the heaven. So the heaven is right here, you know. And we are in the heaven, we can see, everything around us like the heaven.
Yes.
So that all give the tools to open the doors in your heaven. That's why they call it San Pedro, San Peter, Wachuma. The Wachuma means in Quechua language, no head.
No head.
Uh-huh. Why no head? No cabeza.
Why? ¿Por qué?
Because it's just heart.
Ah, solo corazón.
Solo corazón. Exactly.
Wow,
So the
I
second plan.
feel that. I feel that. I've made it. I've drank many times, and that really brings me into my heart.
Yes, exactly.
In
So
fact,
I don't want
there's a purga, right? There's for some people that have never taken it, they don't know that there's la purga in the beginning for some people.
yes, yeah, sometimes, depending, kind of work we need to do. Because it's different ways to take it. Because we can drink it, we can eat it, and depending the way we eat it or with the way we drink it. Because we can be in powder, can be in a liquid way, straight to the cactus. This is amazing and beautiful way. They are both all beautiful, really, because the spirit is still there, But yes, and when we drink that, we open our consciousness to things, and when we're open our consciousness, it's like create like a kind of tiny chaos in our energetic bodies and physical body, and between some chants and songs, that energetic sound vibrations and things like that create kind of m- um, moments to really to release some things. We can release in any kind of way. We can cry for joy, or we can cry for sadness. We can puke, we can whatever. All time people, also if we're with Johnny or whatever, that is a way to. Everything about wind, water, or is a way to clean. Depending, the composition of the body, or in the step we are in where evolution is the way we are going to release all that.
Uh-huh.
That is absolutely perfect, because we need to understand also too all these low vibration energies. Sometimes they are incarnate in our energetic bodies, and if we don't detect that in the perfect timing, they're little by little going to our bodies, and that creates sickness situations. We need to call for help, for whatever, for cancers or things like that, or stomach situations or whatever. So before that happened, before that happened, uh, that's why we puke or things like that. It's not something bad. It's a really good thing, because your body tell you, you know what, you're in a good time, because you're right now all that cancer, you puke that. So that's not going don't going to incarnate in yourself. So that is why we sometimes we release many things. So it's absolutely perfect. About um, the mushrooms, they are, it's not similar, but they are really compatible. You know, they are really friendly medicines. And both medicines you can drink or eat by day or night. And depending if you do by day or night, it's gonna happen. The things you're going to receive. Why? Because there are different energies. The night I have a one energy, and the day you have another energy. Of course, in the night is another is more deep. In another way. For another kind of visions, or another kind of information you're going to receive.
Yes.
And why that happened? Because I don't want to say one is the day is better to the night or the night is better to the day. No, because it's just experience you need to receive. When we are when we are in a night ceremony, is basically because you need to receive more things in your mind, and your mind can process this in a better way, and your heart can understand best, and have that connection. I don't want to say the mind is bad or something like that. No, it's absolutely perfect. It's a beautiful tool to really create. But if we really good use it, if we would use the mind, and is and you drink medicine at night, your mind is going to be more peaceful because you don't have too much noise around you, all that visual noise with full of colors, full of things, and it's many. It's because your mind needs to think a lot. It's much to think. But in the night, it's not like that. Your mind is more calm, more soft, more easy, and that's why I can really take the medicine in a really more softly way.
Yes.
By day, it's another kind of exercises. For example, in Wachuma, personally, I try to connect the people or ourselves in nature, close to some river, close to mountains, or in a mountain, or in a forest, or in a desert, or places like that, to really, and try to walk to, consciousness walks, and because that help also for the medicine, can distribute in the best way, thanks for your blood and all that, in your body, and connect yourself with another kind of information, more solar information. So both are absolutely beautiful. They are both is going to give you guys a beautiful experience, and depending, the um, if you really you feel the call because you're to do by day, because you're afraid to do it by night, so do it by night.
Hmm.
you know
Yeah.
yes, because if you're really good in something, for example, if I'm the best, making fire, oh wow, I'm the best making fire, I am the best fire chanting or whatever, and somebody invite you, to the ocean, and you're afraid, to swim in the night in the ocean. So that is the thing you need to do right now: work with water, and stop to work with the fire, you know, and understand the water in all the compositions. So because if I'm good enough with the fire, that is my ego. Uh, why I need to be, the best of the best in the fire? No,
Uh-huh.
no, I don't need to. This is not a competition. I need to
Ego
be
doesn't
in.
seek
I
balance.
need to exactly. You need to be in balance. You
Yeah.
know, you need to be in balance. Where waters, where fire, where wind, and where air. Everything needs to be in balance, and that is also part of evolution. And these sacred plants also help us to recognize that kind of things too. The mushrooms are different, to Wachuma.
So you're talking about psilocybin mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because mushrooms, um, they are more psychedelical, in a visionary way, and
Like
also,
DMT. They're more like DMT.
yes, they are more like the Indian. Yeah, exactly. They are more like that, like changa or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But the different, like the DMT or the changa, they're so fast, and and you really, when you take it, you just need a couple of minutes, and you're, in the experience. The mushrooms, depending kind of mushrooms, you can be there in like 20 minutes, half hour, something like that, and then little by little, you can leave your process, depending how many kind of medicine you're going to take. also too, 1 gram or 2 grams, and that also depending how the medicine you're gonna take.
Yes.
So journeys, Watuma and mushroom can be about 7, 8 hours around that, much less around that. And the medicine, of the mushrooms, not many people puke or really release with the mushrooms in the way you can release with ayahuasca or Watuma.
Right.
But yes, you release because when you jump, for example, when you go like that is a way to release,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that happened a lot with the mushrooms.
Yes, and some people will have heaving, like just that
Just
nausea, no,
exactly
or burping.
burping. Yes, like that kind of energy. You
Yeah,
yes,
and for me, I try to explain this for people because I have experienced it through the medicines, and I've experienced it through dance and drumming and all sorts of shamanic altered states. When we have spirit, there is no room for sickness. And
yeah,
oftentimes we're full of stuff, emotions, food, processed food, bad food, and the body is trying to get that energy out or transform that energy. And that's what the nausea and the throwing up, or if you go through the other end, that's what it's all about. And even the tears, like for a lot of people,
yeah,
tears are detoxifying, very
yeah,
detoxifying.
yes. Also, if you love too, for example, if you have fun, that is a really important way to really release things. Because some people sometimes forgot, you know, about have fun,
Oh yes, yeah, laughter, fun.
laughter.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
And you sometimes you spend like 3 minutes and you, oh my God, my tummy, I can't, more. This is the way, because you're so in tension, you're so stressful or things like that. And the mushroom give you some couple of lessons and you just, you know, just have fun there. And it's not bad, that is a beautiful way to, because you also release a lot of tension there.
Yeah.
And sometimes this attention come from many generations ago. So you can release that and you can understand, oh my God, uh, this is a this is a really good way to receive healing, and it's a really good way to understand myself, to don't be so straight,
Yeah,
and understand that life is flexible,
I agree. I agree. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's a good reminder for me. I looked at all those hard processes and I forgot about fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm really open because I'm also, for a long time ago, I spent time in the red path. Oh my God. The red path is like that. So discipline, can you hear me? Yeah?
Oh, hello.
Can you
We're
hear me?
there. We go. We're back.
Okay, perfect. So I spent some time in the red path, and
Are you talking about the Native American style red path?
yes, exactly, the
Very.
Native American style red path.
Yeah, I'm very familiar.
So you need a lot of discipline to be there.
Yeah.
And oh my God, yes, I learned about that. I spent one Sundance, and wow, it's a really powerful experience. Oh my God. So what my ancestors tell me when I met first Sundance in this timeline, in this life, they tell me, why you coming to sacrifice yourself again? So why why you want to continue suffering? What's going on with you? What's wrong in you? So you don't want to have fun? So you're coming in this life again to receive punishment?
Uh,
So you know what you're going to do? You're going to your fire to talk with your brother and work in the fire the 4 days over there. And that's happened.
wow.
Really. Yeah. And that's helped me really a lot to really, because in my beginning when I start to give ceremonies like 15, 20 years ago. I'm like that, like a piece of wood, like no mighty movement, move me. Really, it's like a piece of stone over there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nothing happened to me, and take care of yourself, and you can do it, like that. No, pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. And after that, I say, okay, so yes, it's time to be flexible because I think if I continue in this path like that, I'm going to broke myself.
Uh-huh.
So really, I need to learn about the be like a samurai sword,
Flexible.
flexible but strong too,
Yes.
you know, between water and fire, because you need both to create a really good art, a really good samurai sword.
Right. You got to put the hot metal in the water.
Exactly. And if you put it a long time, can broke, You
Yeah.
need to put it in the perfect time and no more, no less, no more, no less fire. You need to be in exactly equilibrium and balance to really receive the perfect balanced sword, the perfect sword. That is a really also in between. That is a really beautiful prayer to really be in balance with the elements, the wind, the metal for the Chinese and Japanese cultures, all over there, the water and the fire, And it's happened, to me that, because I spend many time, with fire and really number one fan of fire. So at the moment I say, okay, it's time to recognize my water, my fear. I need to cry too, I need
Yeah.
to, yeah. So, oh my God, I spent many time crying and crying and crying. Also, one of my first mushroom ceremony, just I cry all the ceremony.
Yeah.
Why I cry so much? Yes, because I recognize my own waters, my own feelings, all that containing for so long time ago, and finally release, and then just my tears just going and down like a beautiful cascade, and say, why I'm crying if I don't want to cry? I'm just crying and crying and crying. I close my eyes, and the medicine show me why I'm crying and all that things. I really appreciate about all that beautiful information. They really put me there in a really consciousness way to understand my more feminine side, also to be more compassionate, more open, in another ways, to say, oh my God, the flowers, they are strong too, the hummingbirds, they are strong too, not just the eagle on the corner, no, yeah, not just the cactus, no, also the wachuma give you a beautiful flower. So why, in what moment of your life you you don't see that? So in a moment say, oh my God, yes, that happened. So also the wachuma with all that strong energy, they bring you a beautiful flower. So
Yeah.
that's like, oh my God, yes, that is a beautiful thing. They really these secret plants, the wachuma and the mushrooms, they teach you in a way to you really you can understand. It's not that full of visions of things that make you sometimes you wake up and say, "Oh my God, what happened?" And you need to take your pen and and you really just you think you forgot and you, excuse me, the thing you remember,
Right.
and because it's a process, so it's going slow, and you go up, and then you go down, 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 up. It's like that, like roller coaster.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're coming to California. Where else are you traveling this year for 2020?
So I will be in California. After that, I will be in Seattle and come back to California. I hope to see you there, and maybe we can do something together if you're
Yeah,
open.
I'm open.
And oh, thank you so much. And really, this is gonna be my honor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited about the up and coming decriminalization of magic mushrooms here in the state of California. And then up
Oh,
in Oregon and Washington, there's something similar happening. So maybe that's a medicine that'll get opened up for our culture here in the West Coast of America, North
that
America.
is a beautiful. Wow, that is beautiful.
And then so you'll be offering rapé and you'll be doing maybe some wachuma
Wachuma.
ceremonies. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So we can. I'm here for you. I'm here for you guys.
Thank
So
you.
I'm in service. So whatever you need, I'm here for you, and I'm open to co-create. To expand consciousness. Absolutely, I will be there. After that, I come back to here to Mexico. I'm in Puebla now, and I have things in Riviera Maya in Tulum. Also in Baja California too, I have a couple of things over there. I have a couple of things here in Mexico, around Mexico, after between March and June. I'm open. I don't have nothing right now in my agenda. And in July, I have a retreat in Peru. It's a medicine experience in Peru, in Secret Land, in Secret Valley. It's a 10-day experience over there. We will visit sacred lands, sacred places.
Wow.
We will do ceremony in several places. Not many people know over there because shamans from there, guardians of that places, they show me to do ceremony there. There are no touristic places. Of course, we are going to visit Machu Picchu because it's a really powerful place. It's yes, it's for everybody. But I have the lucky, to really
Privilege. Yeah.
receive some knowledge from there, because I lived 2 years there. Yeah, and I received some knowledge. I can take you there, guys. And after that, I'm going to be in Ireland and UK, Spain,
Yep.
and after that in Egypt. So July, August, September, Europe, and north of Africa.
Okay. Okay.
After that, I don't know. I'm open to.
So tell me, where is it that you can practice special medicine work and not be bothered? In Mexico, are you allowed to practice your? I think Wachuma is pretty unregulated. The San Pedro cactus, you can practice at most places. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's not really, I also I had a beautiful experience with Wachuma in the jungle.
Hmm.
Uh, oh my God, one of the most powerful experience I never had is in the jungle. It really surprised me. In Chocó, in Colombia, and it's the more is close to the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
It's like close to Medellin,
Where is this?
close to Medellin,
No,
Medellin in Colombia.
in
The
Colombia.
Choco, yeah, in Colombia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I give that ceremony over there, and it's oh my God, oh wow, it's a really powerful connection with the jungle, and I repeat the experience also in Brazil to Pachuma in the jungle, and really, I understand. Oh my God, the spirits is everywhere. So it's not a kind of restriction about the place we are going to receive the medicine.
Mm.
Depending of the respect you have with the medicine and yourself, and with the guardians of the lands, because
Yeah.
the lands also there have spiritual guardians too. But if your alignment with a higher purpose, believe me, you don't gonna have any kind of problem. Absolutely different. You're gonna have all the doors open because they know or they understand it's for a big purpose. It's for something bigger, you know. It's
Hmm.
just your prey connected with another praise. Also is the way what ancestors do for many generations ago, you know, because they share all that knowledge. And
Yes.
remember, we talked about in the beginning. So we're not okay. Oh my God! If you want to drink ayahuasca, you need to take it in just I don't know in Pucallpa in Peru or in the jungle in Brazil. I don't think so. I know I've listened about right now. You find ayahuasca also in Hawaii. and Wachuma in California.
In San Diego, yeah.
Exactly.
I
So,
have it in my backyard.
oh my God, that's beautiful. So why, we are going to have that kind of resistance and barriers, about the the expansion of consciousness, this is just dependent in the way you do the things. If you do that, if you do this in a really seriously way, in a consciousness way, in a really lovely way, and you really care about the thing you do, and you have a path, because it's not the kind of thing you're going to do one day to another. Um, Believe me, you're not going to have any kind of struggle or limitation. Absolutely not. So the place called me to give, medicine. If the spirits don't agree and the guardians of the land don't agree and I'm agree, I'm there. Absolutely, 100%.
Hmm. I, I'm help some of the people to understand some of that. So I think what I'm hearing is that the spirits of place, the spirits of the guardians and of these places that we practice, set a good set and setting in with a shamanic dose, like a medicine, shamanic medicine, sacrament. That the spirit of place helps to hold that good experience, and
Yeah,
it's way beyond what we comprehend as human medicine people holding space. It's way beyond that, so that place is really helping us if we
yes,
pray the right way. Yeah,
yeah,
beautiful.
exactly.
That's
Yes,
beautiful. That's well said, and it's never been said on this show before, so thank you for being the first one to illustrate that.
yes, it's really important. It's not just the medicine on you; it's the place in the place you are,
Hmm.
because it's really different. Take mushrooms in the city,
Yeah.
or take mushrooms, in the top of the hill, in the mountain. It's a really huge, big difference. Why? Because of course in the cities, I don't want to say, the cities they are bad. I live in a city. I chose to live in a city,
Yes.
and I love cities too because I have fun. I have fun. You know, and I don't have the resistance. Many time ago, I had that kind of resistance. And I really like it. Just I want to live in my mountain or my forest. But right now, no, come on. I'm here. I'm a human being. I chose this experience to live here, whatever, in a city or in the forest. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the most important thing, when you're going to take these medicines, and you're going inside, for example, a discotheque, okay, and you take some kind of, no, really, because happened
Oh
to
yeah.
me,
Yeah, like
really,
we call them
really.
raves now. Yeah, but discotheque, yeah.
My first experience with what humans like that, really true, really. Why? Because he showed me the way I don't need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that take me longer. And really, I live a really powerful process and say, oh my God, I'm comfortable in here. I need to go out. I mean, I remember I'm in Chile in a beach. So you know what I do? I'm going to the beach alone, and I connect myself with the moon, and I spend all my night over there. You know, and I don't know about meditation or nothing like that. It's my first experience, really, literally, with alcohol or things like that. And after that, I say, oh my God, I don't need to, drink alcohol. I don't need to all these kind of things to really connect myself.
Yeah.
So their spirits of the medicine, they are so humble, so simple, and so lovely that really show you in the way you need to understand. So just in for my experience, I don't recommend people, to drink whatever, any kind of sacred psychedelic plant, and go inside a place, because you want to have a party, with DJs or things like that, and drink beers, because everything have a moment and everything have the perfect space and perfect timing, if when you do that, um, when you drink medicine, guys, your aura or your energetic bodies have expansion, you know
Yes.
And what happened if that energetic body, um, have a tiny, like hole there, and you're not able to see that. But what happened that is trying to expand, expand, expand. That all is not gonna be tiny. It's gonna be a little bit more bigger.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, something can go out or whatever can come in. And of course, if you're in a discoteca, I don't think it's gonna be full of angels over there. So you can receive whatever.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready, for that, oh my God, it's gonna give you extra job, guys. So please, if you're listening to me now, so please take responsibility about the place you're going to be and in the way you're going to do this. This is really important. And if you don't know, take your time, take it easy. Ask to somebody, can have more knowledge. Try to don't digest many information, facts information you can find in Google or YouTube, but you can find whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So the first thing here is about your heart. What's your heart feeling? Is it fully right, or you do it because you want to live the experience and you want to have fun? And it's not bad, but take care about that because it's so delicate that thing, so delicate. So can put you in the heaven, and in minutes can put you
In the
on the
hell.
other side.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my recommendation.
Absolutely. And that's a recommendation from somebody who does this work and who's done it a long time. And I have a high esteem for his practices. And I myself follow that advice. So be responsible, listeners, viewers. And this is EntheoRadio. You're listening to Renato Guerrero. How can we find you if someone wants to reach out? They're hearing your voice on this podcast. How can they reach out to you?
So you can find me on Facebook by my name, Renato Guerrero, or also you can find me in Instagram too, Renato Guerrero 777. Or in my email, if you can give my email too, you can give my information. Is that possible?
Yeah, if they reach
Yes.
out to entheoradio@gmail.com, they can definitely ask for your information.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so
That's great.
is there any final words you want to leave anyone with? I mean, I want everyone to be able to reach out to you as most people do with some of our guests on the show. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah. So the first thing, thanks too much. Thanks so much for being open, for giving me this opportunity to really listen. Love you really, really so much, guys. Really love you. I know we are all here in a big spaceship, living a big experience.
Yes.
So we are totally in the same place. So if you feel something, you need to know. If you have questions or whatever, please contact me. I'm open. I'm totally open to you guys to give you a hand. I'm like you. I'm flesh, I'm a body, I'm a soul, I'm a spirit. I'm a mind, I'm a heart. So we are the same. Not better to you and not less to you. So if you want to talk, I'm open to talk too. I'm really open to talk. I'm fully open, to give my service here. Because I know if I give my service in the perfect way, I can evolve. And if I help me, I help you. And if you help me, you help yourself too. So it's a team, beautiful work. Bless you guys. Wish you the best in your own experience. Yeah, come on, let's do it. We have a long journey.
Absolutely. And a safe one. A safe one if you want it to be and you're responsible. And thank you so much, listeners. This has been EntheoRadio broadcast, ENTHEO radio.com. You can find old episodes there. We're building a new website, but you can also find some really fun stuff on our social media, Facebook pages, EntheoRadio. And then you can also find us Shamanic Herbs Radio, Entheogens and Shamanic Herbs Radio fan pages on Facebook. They're kind of a clone of each other. Find us on Instagram, Find us across all podcast media, including iTunes now. And this is your captain signing out. I hope you had an excellent flight and that we're coming to a landing. Captain Hugh T. Alchemy and Renato Guerrero bidding you bon voyage.
Bye.